Title: Creepy Historical Events. That I was a part of. This story was written by Tobias D. and first posted on Patreon. They say the Black Death wiped out over a third of Europe's population, leaving entire towns as ghostly, silent wastelands. Estimated was that about 50 million people lost their life. That is about 50% of all who lived in Europe. But what if the horror didn't end with death? What if the souls taken during that time were trapped, cursed to relive the horrors of the plague for centuries? Journal entry, Day 1, March 14, 2024. I was recommended to write a journal to keep track of time and my thoughts. So here it goes. I woke up today, well, I think it's today. The feeling is a loss of time and a feeling to be outside the normal timeline. I've been in a coma for months after my battle with COVID-19. The doctors say I'm lucky to be alive. But ever since I opened my eyes, something doesn't feel right. It's not just the lingering weakness that has grip of me like a snake squeezing the life out of its prey, or the fact that I've lost so much time. It's the dreams. No, not dreams. Memories, or is it? It's in the middle of the night when I am writing this. Everyone on the ward is sleeping. I can hear the machines and the nurses walking in the hallway outside my room. I don't understand it, but when I close my eyes, I see it all so clearly. I'm standing in a dark, narrow street. The air smells like rotting meat and something even worse, decay. I can feel the smell from the houses and the waste from them that are dumped on the street. People are dying all around me, their bodies bloated, blackened, oozing pus. It's the plague. The Black Death. Is so familiar. I know this place. I shouldn't, but I do. Journal entry, Day 3, March 16, 2024. It happened again last night. It is confusing. The dream, or is it a memory, was longer this time. I get the feeling that I'm certain I've lived through this before. The dreams changed. I'm no longer a spectator in these dreams. I am the person in them. I was in a small village somewhere in Europe. The buildings were close together, thatched roofs, stone streets. It was 1348, right at the height of the plague. I was there, with friends. We were scared. My name wasn't my Sarah. It was Elise. I remember now. I was Elise, a young woman, no older than 20. My clothes were simple and dirty. My hands were also covered with dirt and yet again the smell. We thought we could escape the sickness if we only moved during night, but death was everywhere no matter if it was day or night. And then there was him. The figure in black. He stood at the edge of town, just watching, waiting, studying us. We didn't know it then, but death had come for us. For all of us. Journal entry, Day 7, March 20, 2024. I am having problems sleeping. I wake up screaming and sweating. The doctors say it's normal with nightmares. I can't sleep. When I do, I'm back there again. My hands are thin, pale. I'm clutching a crude mask to my face, but it doesn't help. People all around me are dying in the streets. We're running, trying to hide. There's nowhere to go. Death came to our door that night after he followed us home. I remember the sound of his footsteps, slow and deliberate. The black cloak, the beaked mask of the plague doctors, but this figure was different. He was taller, more menacing, like a shadow that consumed the light around him. He took Marie first, my closest friend. We were hiding together, but she couldn't stop coughing. Her breath rattled like broken glass in her lungs. She begged me to help her, but I couldn't. And then the door creaked open, and he was there. Marie screamed, but her voice cut off in an instant. Her body crumpled like a puppet with its strings cut. And when I looked again, there was nothing left of her. Just darkness. Journal entry, Day 10, March 23, 2024. The nightmares are getting worse. Every night, I remember more. Marie's face haunts me. Her eyes were wide, filled with terror as death took her. And now, every night, I see the same thing happening. I keep reliving her death, the feeling of her body when life just left her. But last night, it wasn't just the plague. It wasn't just the figure in black. I saw them, The others. Those he had taken. They were following him, walking the streets, pale and silent, their eyes hollow. They weren't alive, but they weren't dead either. They were trapped, just like me. I remember now, more than I should. We did a last try to leave the city, but everywhere we went, the sickness followed. We wandered for days, weeks, and the death toll rose. People started to turn on each other. We thought it was over when we reached the mountains, but he found us again. Every time we turned around and looked, we could see him standing there just watching us from the far. Journal entry, day 14 March 27, 2024. It wasn't just my friends. It was everyone I knew. The memories flood in faster now. Yes, I'm certain now that it's memories. Elise, my past self, lived through years of horror. Death followed me wherever I went. No one was spared. I would close my eyes and hear the screams of those I loved being taken, one by one. I've started to wonder if I was ever supposed to wake up from the coma. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm trapped, caught between the past and present. I feel it, an overwhelming sense of dread that claws at me every time the sun sets. The doctors are still convinced that it's just nightmares and that I'm doing well. I had fish to eat today. The smell reminded me of some distant memory. Journal entry, day 20 April 2, 2024. There's something outside my window. I've seen it every night for the past 3 days. A dark figure, cloaked in black. At first, I thought it was just my imagination, a trick of the light, but tonight, I heard footsteps. The figure is real. He's come for me again, just like before. I've tried to warn the doctors, but they say it's a side effect of the coma, of the illness. They don't believe me. They want to give me something so I can sleep. I know what's happening. I'm remembering too much. He knows I escaped him once, but he won't let it happen again. Journal entry, day 25 April 7, 2024. I don't think I can hold on much longer. Last night, I woke up and saw Marie. She was standing at the foot of my bed, her skin pale, her eyes hollow. She whispered, "You see him too, right? You know he's coming for you." I know what I have to do. There's no escaping death. I've run from him for too long, and now he's come to claim what's his. They say history repeats itself, but I never thought I'd live through the horrors of the past twice. I remember it all now, the plague, the death, the figure in black. I survived once, but no one cheats death forever. If you find this journal, know that it's too late for me. But maybe it's not too late for you. If you see the figure in black, if you feel the cold breath of death on your neck, run. Run as fast as you can. If your soul can run faster than mine, then run. But know this, he will find you.